The reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness LLC. We're back. And welcome back to Borderland Sports Report. This is part 2 of today's shows, and we are joined here by Fabens High School head football coach, Coach Levario. Coach, thanks for joining us, and welcome to the BSR.
Appreciate you for having us.
Definitely, Coach, definitely. So let's jump right into it. The format here is we look at this past week, and then we'll look forward to next week. So you guys coming off a big win over Mountain View, 3-0 in the district now. More importantly, 4-1 on the season. How did we get here, Coach?
It's been a lengthy process of getting our kids to buy into our system, having a group of kids that our senior leadership this year is very big. This is the first group that we started with, and I think that we have the right coaches in place and the right attitude and focus going into the season. And we just have this belief that we're going to do the best we can to promote our community and our fans.
Definitely. And so going into the game on this past week, you guys were led by, let's see if I can get this right. I don't want to kill this young man's name. Your quarterback, Jesus Martinez.
Yes, sir.
Wide receiver, Javier Hernandez, and then Julio Martinez. Now, is Julio and are they brothers?
No, sir. They're not. They're
cousins?
Not brothers. No, sir. They just happen to both live in Fabens.
Okay. On the offensive side, and then defensively, I mean, Javier Hernandez is leading you guys on defense, and there's like a slew of seniors that are leading you guys on defense.
Yes, sir.
And so you said it. This was the first. I guess this was your first freshman class when you started there.
Yes, sir.
And so now that you've got your stamp all over this program, what have been some of the things that you guys have been trying to do organizationally to change the culture there and build the culture?
Fabens always has tough kids in the community. As a former player, getting to see them play and as a coach and having been at several schools where we played against them, I always noticed how tough and the tenacity those kids had. When we got there, as you know, Fabens is a very small town. Their enrollment has decreased dramatically over the years. We're about at 600 kids. So the first thing was to try to get kids to want to play football again. We've done several things. For example, we started a youth flag football program. And it's paying dividends because we're starting to see the numbers in the middle school increase, and over the years it's trickling down. Just recently we got some community members that are going to start a tackle football team for us out there. So we started with the youngest kids possible, trying to bring them through and wanting to play football. We have different events where we go out to the community. We help with the Veterans Park, cleanup, painting, whatever we need. Just trying to be more involved in the community and creating a sense of belonging and unity, not just with the football team, but the whole town. And I think those things have added to our closeness and our focus, and it's led to us being successful thus far in the season.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, when's the last time y'all beat Mountain View?
Um, I don't know the last time Fabens has beaten Mountain View, but I can tell you for our seniors, this was the first time they've ever beaten.
That's what I thought. And to be 3-0, that's huge. That is
Yes, sir.
huge.
Yes, sir.
Because you definitely put you guys now in a position to make the playoffs.
That's our plan. That's our goal to get into the playoffs this year. Yes, sir.
Um, Now, what were some of the things that you guys won 26-6. The stats weren't in for me to pull for the Mountain View game, but what were some of the things that you guys game planned on that worked really well, and some things that didn't work as well as y'all thought?
Well, the it's always a battle playing against Mountain View. Historically, the games have always been pretty close between us, a field goal or a touchdown, and but we started the game really shaky, a little nerves. I think we were a little too excited to play that game. So we went in a half at down. Well, we were up 6-0. But once we settled down and concentrated on, okay, they're trying to take number two away. So we ran the ball more than Mountain View probably expected us to run the ball. That is something that we had been practicing since the very first week. We do have very talented receivers, but we uh, we also can run the ball a little bit. So we just took what Mountain View gave us, and we made some great stops on defense, and that allowed us to pull away when we needed to in the second half.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, defensively, um, what was you guys' focus going into that game?
I mean, Coach Check does a great job over there, and we were worried about him throwing the ball all over us because he's done that to us the last couple of years. So we had to concentrate really hard with our secondary, not to bite on the run, and we just did focus. They did get us on one, but we came back and they tried to go to the same play, and we were able to pick the ball off that time. But we were worried about them throwing the ball on us, and so that was a focus that week, and
Okay.
our excellent job.
Okay. Okay. So let's transition here. Next week, you
Yes, sir.
guys, well, the next 2 weeks, you guys have what could make this a very special season.
Yes, sir.
A very
Yeah,
special season. You guys play Austin and Isleta, the
sir.
two, what I think everybody in this the region would say are the two top four 4A teams here in El Paso, and you guys have that coming up. Let's look at Austin. What are some of the things that you guys will try to do this week to put yourselves in a position to win that game?
We got to be very, very sound on defense. Coach Richardo does a great job with their run game is second to none.
Yeah.
Those guys have won district the last few years. I mean, you can't ever look past that team, and they're tough, and everybody we play is bigger than us, but they're extra bigger than us up front. So we're gonna have to move around. We're gonna have to do our job as individual players and as a collective. If we all do our job, give ourselves a chance to win. But it's gonna be a big task. I mean, they're a great football team, and we're ready for the challenge. But it's all going to come down to us focusing on what we do, um, so that we can become successful this week.
Definitely. And if you guys can pull these two wins off, this becomes a very remarkable season. Um, and just from what I've seen, I think you guys will have a good chance at giving yourself and putting yourselves in a position to contend for that district title, um, and and making that playoffs. I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be huge for the program and the community,
Yes,
especially with how you guys have built that thing out. Because I look at your roster, and you've got a great mix of underclassmen and senior leadership on that team.
yes, sir.
And so the funnel is full. And I think you guys are getting to the point where it's not a rebuild, it's a reload when these seniors leave.
Yes, sir. We,
Um,
I'm very excited about the younger kids that we have in our program. Not just the ones that are playing varsity right now, but we got some kids coming up, and even in the middle school, like God willing, we're all able to stay together there at Fabens. We we could build something that we've been trying to build since we've been there,
yeah,
a consistency that hasn't been in Fabens in a while.
yeah. Now, let's talk about some of those younger, well, some of the players on your team. Who are some
Yes,
of the
sir.
players that coaches should be really looking out for, whether it be seniors or underclassmen, on your roster?
I mean, it's no secret. Everybody knows number two, Javier Hernandez. He didn't get to play last year because of a broken collarbone. But this summer, a lot of people got to see him on seven games, and now they're seeing him in pads, and he's just as good with pads and without pads on both sides of the ball. I mean, he's a big reason why we're successful. And our quarterback, Jesus Martinez, he does a lot for us. He makes some plays when there's no plays there with his legs. He's helped us in the air, and his leadership is always a good quality. He's a very humble kid. He's always praising his teammates. We got some great kids on defense. We got Jay Nunez. He's a little guy playing D line, but his quickness and his tenacity helps him uh, get through the line. There's just so many players. I mean, we could talk for 2-3 hours about the kids. I love them to death. Some of our younger players that have made a big impact, of course, Julio Martinez. Um, that kid, pound for pound, is one of the strongest kids in the city, and he's just an incredible kid. He's not selfish at all. There's been times where he runs the ball all the way down there, and somebody else gets a touchdown because of what the defense is showing us.
Yeah,
Uh, but he's just a great kid. He's fun to be around, and we got a slew of other guys too that are helping us. At linebacker, we got multiple seniors this year, and it's just great to see where we started and where we are right now. And by no means are we a finished product. We're still trying to get better every week, because we're gonna have to if we're gonna try to beat the next two teams here are really tough. I mean, they got special kids too. They got great coaches, and this is a new experience for our kids being in this position.
yeah,
But our kids really believe that they can compete with anybody, and so do we.
yeah, yeah. We've got Isleta ranked, I want to say, the 3 or 4 in the city.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're a good team, sir.
Austin was in the top 10 until they had that loss, but they're still top 15. And you
Yes, sir.
guys are right there. You guys are right there. And so I want to go on record as saying it's commending you on what you've built there and the direction you have that program going. I think you've done a really awesome job, and you're a great person
Thank you, sir.
at the end of the day. And so I want to go on record as telling you that and letting you know that. And I appreciate what you're doing down there. I understand the sacrifices that you and your staff and parents and administration are making for that program, and it's not going unnoticed by at least me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We get it's a unique dynamic. There's not a lot of teachers, not a lot of coaches in our district. We have fewer coaches than everybody else, so we got to wear a lot of hats. I mean, I gotta teach every day, which is different for other head
Yes,
coaches.
yes, it is.
But in the end of the day, we're doing this for the kids. So whatever we have to do as coaches to ensure the success of not just our football program, but our community and our coaches, our staffs, administration, they've all been very supportive. Our school board, our businesses, everybody's becoming more involved at our football games, and I think it has a lot to do with us being a lot closer over this past year.
Now, you guys at home this week?
No, sir. We traveled to Austin.
Oh, you got
Yes,
to go
sir.
to Austin. That's right. And then you have Isleta at home.
Yes, sir. We have you sled at home.
Let's talk.
Mhm.
When we get done with this, just stay on for a second. Uh, but no, I'm excited for you guys. I love seeing the underdog winning.
Yes, sir.
Because I understand what it takes and the sacrifice you guys that needs to be made in order for that to happen, and to see your kids buying in and believing now, I think it's going to go a long way for that program.
Yes, sir.
And so kudos to you guys, coach, on your start. And I mean, realistically, I think you guys have a really good shot at the playoffs and building on this.
Sure. That's the plan. That's the goal. And God willing, we stay healthy and execute and keep our focus one game at a time. I think we can make that happen.
Definitely, definitely. No pressure though. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
But hey, coach, is there anything you want to say in closing?
I just want to thank you for reaching out. It's always great for Fabens to get some pub, and like I said, our district is a tough one. I think it has the most parity of the districts in El Paso, and I just look forward to getting to see my kids, play for the community, play for each other, and hopefully we'll end up on top and get into the playoffs.
Definitely. But yeah, like I said, coach, just hold on. We're gonna end this. The credits will run, and then I'll close out the recording and everything, and I'll bring it right back up. But hey, folks, this has been another episode of Borderlands Sports Report. This is week 5 coaches update part 2. Thank you guys for tuning in. Continue to support, be blessed, and have a good weekend.